Hi guys, welcome to Kizuri Farm. I know it's been a while, but I've been busy in the farm and doing other business ventures. But I guess you can see from the last video where I was tying up the beans and waiting for them to start drying up. The process has gone further into the drying up process. You can see most of the beans are dry. It's like at the 80% mark. So another maybe 1 week or two max, the beans will stay on the field, then we'll start harvesting. So in this video I'll just be taking you through the whole period of where currently the farm is and during the harvesting of the beans process that we have already done, because it's been a really long time since I posted, like a month, like 3 weeks, and that has actually taken 3 weeks, all these things that we have done. So stay tuned and enjoy the video. So guys, this is the other field of the beans, which are like a few weeks behind the ones that are currently drying. You can see the already pods are forming and they look good. Again, in this field I did not do any spraying whatsoever. I only just did the final top dressing that I used using the, you can see the fertilizer, some which actually didn't mix very well into the soil, but that's a fertilizer that I applied like 2 weeks ago, just before during the flowering, before the flowering stage of these beans. Something that I've appreciated a lot is the rains that have been pouring. It has been really good, and I've noticed that with the high volumes of rainwater, the crops really did well. And I think it has given me a thought in the way I do my irrigation. I think I'll start also increasing the uptake of feeding of what I'm doing to the crops, so that I see if there's a difference, because I think I ration the water too much. So, and since I am blessed with water, I think I should take advantage of the situation. So let's stay tuned and see how the crops will be doing with more watering. And in this section we have the pumpkins covered by weeds everywhere. The rains are really, the thing with black cotton soil, it rains a bit and like weeds sprout out so fast. So it's rather you leave them for some time, then you just harvest the whole field rather than continuous harvest, doing weeding, I mean. So like for now today, since it's just before the flowering of the pumpkins, I started in the morning and this is like late afternoon, and I've managed to do at least quarter of the field. And this also involved me creating the space by moving the vines into a more organized way along the pipe so that they can get more hydration. Also, I will, after this process of clearing the weeds, I will start covering the node areas of the vines to help the pumpkin attain more nutrients, since now it has the node area. Once covered, it will create like a root system which will be able to give the pumpkins more feed, and actually that will be good because it will be just during the flowering and fruiting stage of the pumpkins. Another thing to consider during this stage of flowering and fruiting of the pumpkins is that we should increase the amount of water we are giving the crop, because it needs a lot of energy and water to do the whole process of flowering and fruiting. As you can see, we have fast forwarded a bit to the future, which is actually the current now, and you can see from afar the beans have dried very well. It has not rained since that time we had done the last recording of the beans, and you can see the sweet potato area is still very green, and that is because we have really increased the intake of water we have been giving in this area. We have been feeding it a lot of water, longer periods of watering, 3 times a week in the evening, so that during the day we don't do any watering. So you can see the vines are protruding through the walking area, so we'll just have to fold them back inside and put some, and so that we can create some walkway for the sweet potatoes. Here we have 2 varieties. There's this one that is green, has green vines, and then this one over here, it looks even light green. If you can look at the vines inside, they are green. And in this other side, I'll show you this other variety that we have. They have the red vines. These are just experimental. We want to see which one does best here, and so we are trying to do in small areas. This is one area of the field, and the other area of the field, like only 8 lines or 6 lines per side, so not really a big area. But we'll be able to see whichever does best. We'll now transfer all that to this bean field area using the same cuttings just from this field. As you can see, guys, the beans on this section that was a few weeks green has also started the process of drying up. So we are actually on track and everything. You can see the buds, the pods are starting to dry, but really far, not even in the 50% mark. So we still have time here to just let them continue drying. And you can see the pods, not really bad, but you can't compare them with the other field because these ones look a bit small in size, as I said in the previous video. So guys, this is the area that we're doing the bean harvesting. We have been on it since morning, removing and bulking them into heaps. Like you can see this side, we did I think around 10 lines, and we are remaining around 8 more to go. So the reason we do this is because you can't carry these beans during the day, especially like right now it's like at during the afternoon. Because of the heat, they'll just pop and you'll end up losing a lot of the beans. So we normally just clamp them near each other, then we'll transport them in the morning when they have a little bit of moisture on them because of the dew in the morning. So that will enable them to be able to hold more, and we can be able to put them and transport them to the drying area for where we shall let them be exposed for a few days before we start doing the thrashing and collecting of beans. An update on the pumpkin area: we managed to do all the weeding works and creating of the footpaths for the, so that when we can access more easily the pumpkin field area. And so I don't know if you can see the flowers. I think it's a bit too hot now, so most of them have like hidden or folded up, but in the morning they were really beautiful with all the flowers wide open. So with now, what is remaining in this field is to bury the node areas, and now we start doing the watering of our pumpkin plants so that they can establish well, and hopefully we get good fruit from this area. And with that, I guess I've come to the end of the video. Thank guys for watching, and all the questions you continue asking, I'll try and reply as fast as I can. And take care, and catch you guys in the next video. Peace.